Good morning from Mair Lake. Thursday morning. It's not bright and early. Well, it's bright, but it's not early. But I'm looking out and I see a great view here. Sun's up. There we go. Nice and quiet, calm. Last night I had a good night's sleep. As I fall asleep, I could hear the loons, and about 2 in the morning I was woken up by a barred owl calling, which is fine by me. Got out of bed about 7 o'clock. There's a couple woodpeckers behind me. All good sounds that I like to hear when I'm out. Nice calm water today, beautiful day out today. Time to have some breakfast. Breakfast this morning is something simple, like it always is for me. Oatmeal with dried cranberries. I always want my orange juice. I have orange juice, and I'll be making some tea. So it just takes a while for the water to boil. Usually about 3 or 4 minutes for it to boil, and it'll be a good morning for breakfast. Oh, I think it's ready. Looks like a good breakfast. I'm going to enjoy it. Just on a short little trip, I just paddled just across the bay. My campsite is right over there. But last night, when I was having my campfire, I saw a boat come over here and drop off 2 guys who went off in the woods. This is not a campsite, but I was curious to see what was over here. They left their gear over here, or some of the gear over here, but I'm just going to walk around and see if this is a shortcut to somewhere, or the camping on our non-campsite. You can see going back towards my side of the lake. Yeah, there is a pathway here. So it's I doubt it really goes anywhere, but I'm exploring today. Actually, from this side, well, you don't get a view of the water that much, but it's nice. At this point, you seem to be able to follow the trail over here, or a smaller trail over here. I'll have to, maybe it's a loop. This is interesting. probably leads to a campsite, so I'll be turning around. The campsites here, I think, are all booked up and all taken. But this is an interesting walk. And yeah, it's a campsite right there. From my site, I didn't quite get a very good sunset view, because the land is kind of blocking it. I think if I came out and came down here, and sat down here in the evening, I would get a view of the sunset. I paddled down to the end of the bay where there's a marsh in front of me. It's been said that a marsh is nature's supermarket. So the best chance of seeing wildlife will be down in this area. I did pass by a loon on the way down here. My camera wasn't accessible at the time, but it let me get pretty close to it. It was an awesome sight for me to see. And we'll just sit here for a while, see if I can find if any wildlife comes here. It'd be a great spot for a heron to be looking for a meal. Well, no sign of any wildlife there, so I'm back at my campsite. I know this is still August and still summertime, but to me, this has the feel of a nice fall day. And fall is my favorite time of year. But I think what I'll do now is I'm hearing a book calling me, saying, "Gary, finish reading me." So, with my view of this, so I'm reading. There you go. Adam Scholl's Beyond the Trees. It's all about. You can read it here. A journey alone across Canada's Arctic. In 2017. As part of Canada's 150th birthday, he decided that he wanted to trek across Canada's Arctic, and there's a story all about that. It's a trip where there's no trails. You're doing a lot of bushwhacking, which he's talking about, and the bugs apparently are horrendous, as he talked about, and the boulders he's going over are horrendous too. Quite an adventure for him, and I enjoy reading this. So I wouldn't enjoy doing that kind of trip, but I enjoy reading about it. So I'm gonna sit here and relax and just read about it. The sun is nice and warm, but when I go back into where my tent and my hammock is in the shade, it is cooler enough to wear a long sleeve shirt. Right now it's time for lunch, and lunch for me today will be a bagel with peanut butter and a couple of pepperoni sticks and some country time lemonade for a drink. So I'm looking forward to a good lunch. must admit, having a, a bushcraft table here is really a treat. Usually, I'm not big on a lot of bushcraft, but to be able to sit down at a table here, and it's like going out for a picnic lunch. And on a sunny day like this is wonderful. So, happy lunch or bon appetit. Good stuff. Having lunch and enjoying the view that I have here. The sure beats sitting at home in the city. Yeah, you can't beat this. Thursday afternoon, I had a nice lunch, as you saw. Had a bit of time to read more of, of Adam Schultz's book, and a bit of rest time in my hammock. That was all good. It's about 3 o'clock right now, and looks like my peaceful, tranquil few days here is over with. The Taj Mahal campsite that I pointed out earlier has been boating people over across the bay from me. There's no campsite there, but it is a nice shallow area for swimming or for wading. They boated over about half a dozen people over there, and I don't think they're setting up camp there. It's not a campsite, but that won't stop them. They have a fire going by just inside the waterfront there. There is no safe spot there to have a fire. I was over there this morning. There's no rocks there to build a fire with, but that doesn't stop them anyway. And you may or may not be able to hear it on the video here, but they have what I used to call a boombox or a ghetto blaster. And if I'm sitting out here, I can hear the music blaring, and it's I go away on backcountry trips to get away from all that. I do a lot of camping at Ontario parks, and I'm finding even with them, it's the noise and is a problem there now. Even like I used to go up to Algonquin Park a lot, and for years I go up there, I had no issues at all with noise or with bad campers. But in the past couple of years, that's not the case. That you get people up there blaring music and all hours of the night, and so I want to do more backcountry camping to avoid that. Um, maybe it's just there's this lake. I've been up to North Front many times without any issues at all. Maybe just the weekend. Tomorrow is the beginning of Labor Day weekend, so it's not the weekend yet. But yeah, I go away to avoid that, and it's frustrating to know that people out there don't give a damn about wilderness and about the sounds of nature, and whatever. All they want to do is go somewhere or play the ghetto box so loud that everybody else around them can hear it and be a nuisance. They don't care about the possibility of starting wildfires because just it's all about the me issue, and yeah, I'm leaving here tomorrow anyway to go up to Charlotte Lake, and it is a Labor Day weekend there. I don't expect it to be quiet there. I'm going to be visiting a waterfalls in that area and going into the town of Perth to do my other interest, and that is I think about 11 or 12 historic plaques in Perth I want to visit. I'm hoping at least at night when I'm there it'll be quiet and peaceful, but we'll see. Just finished supper about half hour ago. It's 10 after 7, and with exception of a few hours that the party animals were across the way, it's been a nice day out. They did leave their fire going. I've been watching it. It's out now, and they left garbage over there. But I'll have to go over tomorrow and clean it up, I guess, unless they come back for it. Who knows? But I've seen a fair bit of wildlife. Seen a family of ducks. There's a lone loon over here, so obviously it's lost its mate. Saw a woodpecker this morning. I should know the variety that it was, and I'll have to. I've seen it before. I'll have to check it out when I get home. And last night I heard the loon, and I heard a bird owl calling. So for me, that's good. And I'm just hoping in the evening here it's nice and calm out. I'm gonna see if any ducks go by. They were on the other side of the bay. They came over to my side here this afternoon, so I know that they're always around here. And the loon has passed by here 4 or 5 times during the day. So just enjoying the calm and hoping to see a bit more wildlife. And I do. Another perfect ending to a pretty good day. This was just a short do-nothing trip for me, but I did do a bit of exploring in the area. There's a marsh down the end of the bay, checking there for wildlife. Found a hiking trail on the other side over here that goes to a couple campsites. Don't quite have the view of the sunset, but it's been a nice couple days. Got some reading done, hammock time done, which is all I wanted to do. Just escape the city for a few days. Lucky enough to see some loons, or a loon, some ducks, woodpeckers, and of course, as I said before, I heard a bird owl at night, and that's always nice. Good morning from Mair Lake, site number 9. It's 7:15 in the morning. I've started packing. I'm just gonna have some breakfast, and it looks like it'll be a nice day today. This is always a sad part, packing up. My tent will go last, the tarp will come down next. This is a little bit embarrassing to admit for a guy who's been out canoeing since 1987, but I never used to use any of the dry sacks. I always made sure that my clothes were in one, but not my tent, or not my thermarest, or not my sleeping bag. And lucky for me, even though it rained on trips, that was never an issue until my last trip into Penn Lake, and it rained all the way out there, and when I got there, my sleeping bag was not soaked, but it was damp, and so was the pad and the tent. And the tent was okay, actually. The tent wasn't too bad, but the sleeping bag was damp as was my pad. So which is stupid of me not to have done this in the past. But now I make sure that my clothes are in here like they always have been. I bought a new bag here that will hold the thermarest and my sleeping bag, and then the big one here is for my tent. And the fly isn't as important to keep dry, but it also goes in a small bag here as well. And it just, I mean, it's something when I look back, it's obvious, but to me, I just never thought of it, and it's kind of embarrassing to say that. But I hope that people can learn from my mistake, and always have some kind of dry side to put all your gear in. You never know how bad it'll rain. It's about 8:40. I started packing just shortly after 8 o'clock, so I was packed up in about 35-40 minutes. I don't speed through it. It is a leisurely pace for me, but I'm all packed up here and ready to ship out. My life jacket is on, which is required to have it in your boat at all times, but as the ad goes now, just out of reach is not just out of reach. But I promised my mother, she always worried about me, that I told her that every time that I'm out in the water, in my canoe, I'm always wearing my life jacket. And even though I lost her in 2014, I make sure that I keep my promise. Thanks for watching another Camper 69 video. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate any comments that you leave. If you like the video, then click on the like, and if you really liked it, then consider to subscribe to my small account. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye now.